Welcome to a video on graph transformations. What we're going to be looking at in this video is the type of question that you see on your left. So here we're told that the diagram shows the curve with the equation y equals f of x, and the coordinates of the minimum point are 3, 1. And you can see that diagram just drawn up here. We're asked to write the coordinates of the minimum point on the curve with the equation y equals f of x plus 5 and so on. Now, in order to answer these questions, we're going to use a nice, easy trick. To demonstrate how to use this grid over here, we're going to just jump straight in with these questions. So we're asked to write the coordinates of the minimum point on the curve with equation y equals f of x add 5. Now, in order to do this, the first thing that we need to do is look at where the change has taken place. And that change that we're talking about is the change to y equals f of x. So in this first question, what we can see is that the change has happened inside the bracket. So that plus 5, the addition or multiplication or subtraction on these questions, where has that taken place? It's happened inside the bracket. So this tells us that we're going to change the x coordinate. And how we are going to change it, it tells us that we're going to do the inverse of what we're told to do. So this is telling us to add 5. That means we're going to change the x coordinate. The x coordinate is that first number, and we are going to do the inverse. So we're going to take that 3, and we are going to do the inverse of add 5, which would be to take away 5, and so that is going to give us negative 2, 1. Okay, that second coordinate, that's our y coordinate. Because there is no change outside the bracket, that stays as it is. On to the second question. Here we've got y equals f of x plus 5, but this time the change is outside the bracket. So because the change is outside the bracket, that means we are going to change the y coordinate, and we are going to do what it says. So we're going to take our y coordinate, the second number of our coordinate, and we're going to do exactly what it says. We're told to add 5 to it, so that's what we'll do. The x coordinate stays as it is, and so 1 plus 5 will give us 6. Next one, we've got y equals f of 2x. Here the change has happened inside the bracket, which means we're going to change our x coordinate, that 3 at the front, and we're going to do the inverse. So the inverse of multiplying by 2 is going to be divide by 2. So we're going to take that number 3, we are going to divide it by 2, and that will give us our new x coordinate. So we get 1.5. The y coordinate stays as it is because there is no changes outside the bracket, so our new coordinate will be 1.51. Next one, we've got y is equal to 2f of x. So change has happened outside the bracket. We're going to be changing the y coordinate, and we're going to do what it says. So x coordinate stays as it is. Y coordinate we are going to multiply by 2. And so 1 times 2 gives us 2. Next one, we've got y equals f of negative x minus 4. So here we've got two changes. Okay, we've got a change inside the bracket and the change outside the bracket. That means we're going to have to change both of our coordinates. Very simple to do. All we have to do is just do one thing at a time, and that will give us our right answer. So first thing, let's take a look at inside the bracket. It's going to change our x coordinate, and we're going to do the inverse. The inverse, so this is telling us at the moment to multiply by negative 1. The inverse of negative 1, of multiplying by negative 1, would be to divide by negative 1. So 3 divided by negative 1 will give us negative 3. And then this change has happened outside the bracket, which means it's going to change our y coordinate, and we're going to do what it says. We're told to take away 4. So 1 minus 4 will give us negative 3 as well. Last one, start with the change inside the bracket. That affects our x coordinate. It's telling us to take away 1, but we're going to do the inverse. So we're going to add 1, and that gives us 4. Then, looking at our y-coordinate is 1. We're being told to multiply by 6. 1 multiplied by 6 will give us 6. So our new coordinate will be 4, 6. Okay. What I would suggest that you do now is that you pause the video and have a go at using the quick trick to answering these questions. Pause the video, then press play to see the answers.